Workers in a different space are making their voices heard. For the first time in Apple's history, retail employees have voted to unionize. The vote took place in Towson, Maryland, with employees there having been in contract negotiations with Apple management since last year over issues including, quote, unpredictable scheduling practices and wages that don't align with the area's cost of living. The union representing the workers there, the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers Coalition of Organized Retail Employees, or IAMCOR for short. Do you think Apple retail workers have an argument here, and how long will they hold on? I believe the strike starts in earnest today. This may be a story about the labor market as well, if they have that type of power.
Yeah.
Or can Apple simply hire at will another 20, 30, 40, 50 employees?
You know, I would be really interested to hear what Tim Cook has to say about this. He's been a steady leader at Apple, obviously, for decades at this point, since Steve Jobs' passing in the 2000s. And I would compare that to what we heard from Howard Schultz at Starbucks when those workers,
Who was very anti.
Exactly, pushed to unionize. He was very anti-union. It directly impacted the stock. Apple's a massive company. It has a ton of cash. It has its whole Apple One campus out in California. And so how this might impact the stock, it would seemingly be probably a bit less than a company like Starbucks per se that is more reliant on that retail location. But I would be interested to hear how Cook comes down on this, because I think people in the business world will listen to him.
Yeah, it would be nice to hear him weigh in. My assumption is he would talk about how well they treat employees, how well they pay employees. To take a dent into that stock, you're going to have to see this turn into a waterfall. It's a trickle right now. Maybe if it's 20, 30, 40 retailers, and then we'll start to see some. But what's moving the stock right now is just the lack of a new iPhone. People aren't upgrading iPhones, so they really are a services company more than anything else.
Yeah.